It's KIREI here for Bramble Fox, and I have a brand new layout using some of the fabulous new travel collection that is available in the store. I've used the travel notes set, the travel geo tags set, travel pieces set, and the travel woodies set. So yeah, 4 different sets, and I am partial to a travel layout. So yeah, they were perfect for some picks that I've had for a little while actually, and it's a little closer to home. It was a trip down to Whitstable for a few days to see my lovely friend Denise that I used to work with at the Disney store, and yeah, it's so lovely down there just being by the coast. So yeah, I had some pics that I needed that had been printed and were waiting to scrap. So I thought, right, here's the perfect opportunity. So I have pulled out, this is the Arden Creative Studio new Been There collection. Obviously, it's very travel themed, so I was definitely going to use it. I've pulled out the pattern paper background there with the arrows on it, and then I've just torn off the corner piece and added that contrasting piece of sort of terracotta orange to the corner, and then I'm doing the same in this bottom corner as well. Because I felt the travel notes I'm going to use as my title. I really like the look of it on the more sort of terracotta background, and also it made a bit of a feature of the title. And also was thinking that's where I'm going to add my journaling as well. So yeah. So next was to back my photos. So I'm just having a look at some of the solid pattern papers, and I went with this deeper teal. It coordinates obviously with the arrows there at the bottom, and I just felt that it worked well with my photos, and it just helps them to sort of pop from the background. So I've got them now mounted. Edges are distressed, of course, and I'm just working out. I've got some of the different ephemera elements from the Been There collection, along with the perspectives from the new travel sets. And I'm just having a bit of a play around here, really, and just trying to decide where I'm going to sit everything. And this is typically the process I would follow when I'm creating a layout. Before I really stick too much down, I'll play around with it. When I feel like I'm happy, I'll take a photo, and then I've got that as my reference. So once I take everything off, I know what I wanted to do. So my photo strips here, I've mounted them on foam pads, and I'm just getting those stuck down. And then I've got this new travel stencil. So this one is Fox cut number 140. And I'm going to use the compass, the middle part there. And I'm just going to add a little bit of extra detail to the background. So I've sort of had a look at the coordinating inks I think work. And I'm going to use the Distress Oxide in Tea Dye. It is actually quite subtle. And I did wonder if I should have used something a bit darker, but actually, because I'm using the heavier colours in the travel notes, that sort of deep charcoaly grey, and then in the geo tag over on the left, I felt like actually it worked well without adding another heavier colour. And it really coordinates beautifully with the terracotta sort of background there. So yeah, so I'm just building up the colour around the compass, and then it doesn't show as well actually over the top of the arrow that have that. You can see it there. Well, actually, it doesn't. It looks better than I thought. Actually, now I'm seeing it on the video. I do end up covering a bit of that up anyway, as per normal. Okay, so now I'm just going to start getting things stuck down. So I've got a few tags here. I'm just going to tuck under the top left of the photos. What I did realise was, and I'm sure I was going to have my photos strips the other way round. Yeah, I mean, not that it really matters, but I'm sure I was going to have them the other way around. Okay, but anyway, that's okay. I've only noticed it now as I'm looking at the video and recording this voiceover. Okay, so I've got tickets. I've got little word strips. That one there says Everyday Adventure that I've tucked into the left of the photos there. And then I've got that fabulous large geo tag in that sort of dark charcoaly grey with the camera insert. And then I've got the wooden map down on the bottom right with the car. And they're all from some of the new sets. And then I've got obviously the globe at the top that says hello next to travel notes. So yeah. So I think I'm sort of happy with where things are, and I can start to actually stick everything down and make sure it's nice and secure. Um, and then what was next? What was next? No, I am just sticking down here. Okay. Again, what you can see I'm doing, I'm just adding a bit of glue to sort of the center or the bottom, and then I'm just curving up the sort of top edges or along the edge so I get a nice little bit of dimension there. Just adding a little bit of foam pad to the top of the tags. Now, I never have a naked tag, so I do actually go back and add some ribbon, just tied a little knot of ribbon in each of the 3 tags there. If I've got a naked tag, it's because I've forgotten to add something to the top of it through the hole. But I would always add something, whether it's, a little bit of embroidery thread or a bow or, or some ribbon like this. So, yeah, you'll see it will appear at some point. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, so I've got a bit more of the embellishment stuck down. Now, the little camera here, that one comes in the travel pieces set. There's also a cute little rolling suitcase, and it comes in a number of different colours. Because it's sitting at the top, I felt like it got a bit lost, so I'm just backing it with this yellow, and then I feel like that allows it to pop a little bit more because I'm just backing it in slightly behind the top photo. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to get stuck down now. There we go. Oh, and the little leaves I hadn't stuck down. Not a surprise. I forget there's bits and pieces. There's the ribbons. They're added now. So there you go. Okay. And I'm doing the same with the geo tag as well. I'm also backing that because the orange camera on that, I felt like also got a bit lost, but now that allows it to pop a little bit more. So just get that stuck down. I fiddle around a bit here because I put probably a bit too much glue on, and yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. It would have dried clear anyway. Okay, and I think I'm going to get that stuck down. Yes, but oops, yeah. Who else? The glue sometimes just gets stuck, and I need to sort of stick a pin down it to loosen it. Okay, that's finally stuck down, and then I can come back, I think, to what's next? Is it the title or no, a rub on. I've got the arrow rub on, which I thought about doing it up there, which actually when I'm looking at it now, it looks pretty cool. But I thought I was going to add my journaling there. So I thought, no, I'll add it to the bottom. Only thing was the way I had the clusters and that, I do feel like I cover it up a little bit. But you can still see it, and that actually works okay. I felt it did actually, I was happy that I did put it down here because it just gave a little bit more of a base for when I do add the final ephemera pieces, which are the sort of word phrases. Okay. Right, so that's down. I'll finally get the title stuck down. I couldn't decide whether I was going to have it over to the left or over to the right, but it is going over to the right. And of course, I'm going to bring in my trusty T-square to make sure it's nice and straight. And then I will stick down the globe now as well. So, yeah, all good. And then I have to tell you, this took me ages, this bit with the little words. I went backwards and forwards. I've obviously edited out of the video because you really didn't want me to see you shuffling these around and in various different ways, order and different. Sorry about my head here. I'm just trying to make sure that they're straight. Yeah, and then I've got the little banner here that I tuck in. But honestly, it did take me a while. I brought in a few little hearts. These are from my stash, but I'm sure I love adding little hearts or stars and things like that, popping them into my clusters. So, and they coordinate nicely with the rest of the orange in the geo tag that I've added. And then I've just add some little enameled dots in. And then I will add my journaling just below my title. So I think I'm almost done. Here is the final layout. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process. Here's some of the close-ups of the fabulous new travel perspectives and wooden pieces. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye for now.